How to win tournaments like Tayson. Already in the first solo cash cup, Tayson has placed first in opens, and this game we're going to VOD review how he came first with multiple kills in endgame. It starts off with him landing at an underground hidden place near Foxy Floodgate, which can be really useful because there's tons of metal and there's tons of loot to farm, which can be really useful, as he's already got a blue shotgun, which is quite good, a purple hollow assault rifle, a mask with full charges right now. He's got tons of barrels, so he doesn't have to pop any of his shields, and there's replay lag. And his drop spot is just really good. That's a key part of his gameplay, having a really good unconned drop spot. Really quickly, I want to play a fun little game with you guys. Put in a comment below where you think Tayson is in this zone, and if you guessed centre map, then you were correct. The reason that he's positioned here in the centre map is so that he can rotate to any zone really easily, because if you're on one side, there's a high chance of it pulling far. But here he gets beamed, and the first thing he does is immediately box up with all of his mats that he'd farmed off spawn, and he's just popping his big, and all he'll do is just run away, get some heals up, and make sure to refarm his mats. There we go, he's already pretty much back to cap. Something that I really want to bring attention to is what he does here. First, he gets a beam on that person, so no one's looking at him, because if you look, that is the only person that could shoot him, and he's just beamed him there. And then what he does with the Only mask is, since it's a big far pulling zone, he has to rotate all of this. What he does with the mask is he just sends it far without looking up. He just sends it as far as he possibly can, which is a key part which will change as we go more into the end game. And all he does is he waits until it's just about to hit the ground, and he's already checked before that there's no people around here, so he farms back up his mats, and he just builds off all the players, which is a really useful thing to do. And he throws his mask again without looking straight up, and he just builds off the opponents. And notice he doesn't pop his big for 17 health, which is something I've noticed quite a lot of lower skilled players will often do. But yet again, he's not in, and he's quite far, so he just sends it long, and he boxes up. This is key, he makes multiple boxes in hard mats, so that he is not going to get sprayed from all of the players around him. Here, what Tayson's doing is he's trying to scout ahead for where kids will be, because he's in quite a congested part of zone, as you can see. He is right here, and he has all of these players that he needs to get past to get into this next zone. So what he's doing is he's just scouting ahead for a rotate with his mask in hand that he can use, and he sees a kid box freshly in new builds, so what he does is he decides to spray him because he's just built builds that are going to be really fresh. And once again, what he's done here is he's just sent the void mask long and far as well as he can. However, he did not scout ahead, so look at what happens here. He teleports, he makes the 2 metal boxes, but then he gets shot down to 50 HP and has to waste all of his metal trying to build off anyone spraying him. But he does get the ability to pop this big and make another box out. Here he just sees a third party and cleans the kills up really easily, which is very good to do because lots of people aren't paying attention to their visual sound effects, and just normal audio can be quite scuffed in these late end games. So now with those 2 easy kills, he's instantly refreshed his mats, and once again scouting ahead just send the void mask far and just not making too many edits, but when he sees a player that he wants to shoot, he'll shoot him. Once again, sending it far. And here, he does end up in the box, but because he's trained his aim, he does manage to hit a pump and one bullet with his assault rifle. And he just gets a really clean and easy kill. And replay's bugged. But what he does is he expands another box because he has these spare mats. And now, what zone is he in? He's quite far in, and he's still got cap all mats with some amazing loot. And he's just looking ahead to see where people are and see if he can spray anyone really easily. But he can't, so he picks his blob back up, and he's just thinking, what can he do here? He sees the kid on a visual sound effects, so he builds him off. That's a really good thing to do. Instead of trying to fight someone on the wall, he builds him off first. And then, once he gets sprayed, he just holds his builds out, trying to play the safest way he can, with also just not sitting in a cone. But here, now, in a late end game, instead of him just chucking it far, what he does is, you'll notice, he just sends it high, which means he doesn't get sent all the way into zone, but can still use the mask. And now he just simply looks back, and in this game he goes pretty much box to box, using his mats, while still looking for easy refreshes that he can easily third party. And something that people won't realise is, you don't always have to use your mask to rotate on these zones. Like here, he's just rotated quite a good distance just by using one sprint jump, and he's saved his mask uses. Something that's amazing about Tayson is just his ability to tarp and knowing when to tarp, because he's deep into an end game and he's had tons of mats, and it's a really good time just to tarp ahead, and then as you do, just look back and look for the easy kills. Here he picks up a really easy kill on Volslow, him deep in zone. This player, I don't know what he was doing, decided to void mask straight onto Tayson, and Tayson will just pick up an easy kill there, gaining himself height with 41 builds, which is quite good deep into an end game. And the zone just keeps on pulling, and it ends up being quite a simple game for him to win. And he just looks back, gets some really easy kills, third parties that fight from height, because he noticed them very weak on mats.